Hello, Bunny. Hello, Mike. You hear this stream has fast horses? Is that true? I mean, depends. How fast are we talking? Why is my mic falling down so much? Okay, better. Fixed. Completed. $3 miles per hour? Definitely faster than that. I don't know, I need to look up the conversion. Hold on. Like 10 times that. At a minimum. Yeah, about 10 times that. Ugh, kilometers. Exactly. Well, okay, so the reason I say that is because in the anime, if you watch the anime, when the girls are running down the street, there's a designated horse girl lane, and it says top speed is 50 kilometers per hour. I don't know what kilometers is, about 30 miles per hour. I'm not disagreeing with you, Luna. Bunny. It's still gonna take me a while to get used to that. Yeah. Let me see if I can find a picture. Yeah, here. It's a legit thing. I mean, I assume that is kilometers per hour because that is in Japan. So, but yes, it does say max speed 50. So you gotta presume that they can run at least that fast. Hi, Kazoo. Let me change that back. It is very funny, Mike. It is very funny indeed. Better than going from inches to feet to mile. I 100% agree. If you ask me how many feet are in a mile, I cannot tell you that answer because Imperial is stupid. And we decided to base our measurements off of some dude's foot. Actually diabolical. Would they actually get a ticket? Could a cop even catch them? I guess if you're going by that logic, Mike, then the cop has to be on Umamusume as well, right? Has to be an Uma as well? Because, like, you're not fucking catching them in a crowded Japanese city. It's a crowded Tokyo city. You're not gonna catch them if they decide to just sprint off. I have a weird question. Do you think if inch was a decimal instead of, I don't know the name. Oh yeah, the 16ths and stuff like that. No, the decimal sucks for inches. I mean, I know I have them memorized because it's my job to have them memorized, and when you're working with CAD, it's easier to data input a decimal than it is to data input, like a 1/16th or whatever. So, for me, I know that a quarter is 0.25, an eighth is 0.125, and so on and so forth, but most people don't. I don't know either. I'm lucky or not when I pull for an RE1. What I get with Symboli Rudolph and her alt skin, Major Ardent, Major McQueen Ogre Cap. You got Christmas Ogre Cap in Manhattan Cafe. You got a lot of good pulls from that, but that sucks that you didn't get an RE1. I made the conscious decision to not pull for her. Even though I do really want her, because she's gonna be in the next season of Cinderella Grey, and I'm so excited for that. Well, it is, Luna, because when you think about it, computers aren't programmed to run off of 1/16th or 1/8 or 1/5 or whatever. They're programmed to run off of decimals. So when you run a system that doesn't really work nicely into decimals, or in sets of 10 like metric does, it makes it really hard to program things. Because if I want to get down to a, let's say a 30-second, right? A 30-second is 0.0325. That number is absurdly long. And if I want to get even smaller than that, if I want to go to 1/64th, because everything is divisible by freaking intervals of, or exponents of 4, it's 0.015625. So the number just starts getting really stupidly long, and it's just not convenient for programming anything. Right. But it's much easier if you're using it in metric, because then you're gonna say like, oh, it's 1/1000. You know, it's 1 micromillimeter rather than saying 0.01222567 inches. You know? It's stupid. That's all I'm gonna tell you, is it's stupid and I don't like it. But that's how it was how I was raised. Yay, the hint book's reset. Buy the hint book. Buy the hint book. And now we're broke. That was so fast. Alright, I actually already started a run. We'll see if I continue this run. It seems to be going well so far. I just stopped it because I was doing it during my lunch break. But how is everybody's day so far? My day was really chill. I didn't really have much work to do. I have a delicious plate of lasagna in front of me. Speaking of unit, I need to suggest you a video on units used by the oil industry, and dear god, that's a clusterfuck. I don't even know if I want to watch that. I know it's a clusterfuck because they use well, they don't use metric, so they don't use liters, but they use gallons, barrels, all these weird different measurement sizes. It's stupid. It's very stupid. I'm aware. Why did I do that? I took that race because I was gonna lose stuff if I didn't take it. I like stuff. Hi, Amehi, welcome! Welcome, welcome. I saw you and my brother stream earlier. It's way worse than that? Entry fee? Entry fee to what? What are you sending me, Luna? Okay, this is a long video. I'm not gonna watch it on stream. Drink the water? Okay, thank you. Alright, if I take this training... I lose the cupcake. But I also don't have heals, which is bad. So this would put me at a lot of races and potentially hurting her. I don't need the cupcake that badly. You're gonna go back to Bushi stream? Cece's pretty lonely? Okay. Could there be a drink redeemed for undrink the water, as in spit the water out? No, I don't think we're gonna do that. I'm not spitting water all over my computer. Why do you come up with the most cursed ideas? Alrighty. Let's see if we can get a good miler out of this one. Here's to hoping. You're welcome for the cursed ideas. What are you up to, Mike? How are things? I'm gonna pick up Budding Block them. It's just too good to not grab on her. What you eating? What you eating? It literally says what I'm eating in the title. I got me a massive lasagna that I made on Sunday. And we're only about halfway through it. It's very nice to not have to cook for many days. But I will be cooking tomorrow. Because I got some steaks marinating. You're at D&D? What are you playing? What is your character, Nom Nom? Dude, you have the worst car luck. You actually have the worst car luck. I don't think I know anybody who has the worst car luck other than you. Hey, Nash! Welcome, welcome. Now, when you say a fender bender, is your car still drivable, or is it, like, totaled? Alright, what do we got here? Not much to work with. Am I screwed? I'm feeling like I'm screwed here. My coworker got these huge pre-made microwave mashed potatoes that served like 5 people. It lasted me like 2 weeks and they were amazing. It doesn't sound like it's very good for you, though. Damn it. Come on, Taiki, work with me here. Were you just eating mashed potatoes and nothing else? Oh, your glass is flying off. Who was at fault, though, is the real question, Mike. Was it you? Someone almost hit me the other day. It was a very unpleasant, almost experience. Wow. I am sad the lasagna is gone, because it is yummy. But I am now full of cheese and meat and noodles. This is not going as planned. Alright, we're gonna use this. We're gonna race in the Oaks. We're low on speed. Taiki. Alright, if she fails this, I'm just gonna reset this career, because this career was, a little sketchy from the get-go. I just cannot— I think Taiki is cursed on this account. I've probably run her, like, 20 times, and I just cannot get a good run with her. Gonna have to make some other aces for this CM. How's Taiki run going? So not good, Nash. Not good. I've already burned through all of my alarm clocks, and we haven't even hit first summer yet. So we're not doing too good. We'll pick up this power bracer just because I have the extra store. That's what I just said. I might reset this run if it doesn't pick up. Taiki for you might be what Super Creek is for me. Yeah, it might be. It's funny because, like, on this account, I think it's Taiki. On my other account, I want to say it's Symboli Rudolph, but it might be Taishin, and I might be a little bit biased because I probably run, like... I heard that Taishin was good for this CM, so I started, like, spam trying to do a Guts run on her, and I just, like, I have a good Narita Taishin. She's, like, just a hair off of SS+, but she's... she doesn't have Mile S. And then, like, I have 3 Taishins that are low SS, but have Mile S. And I'm conflicted on how I should be, playing this. I also just freaking griefed myself just now, because I wasn't supposed to run the Yasuda Kinan, and I did run the Yasuda Kinan, so now we're just hoping and praying that there's energy in the shop when the shop refreshes. Otherwise, we are most assuredly screwed. I'm griefing. Okay, we're restarting this run. This run is washed. Alright, we'll just check the shop. Yeah, there's no energy in the shop. We're gonna restart this run. This was when I started before stream anyway, so it's all good. I think I'm gonna stick with my S Digiton Fuji and maybe El Condor Pasta. Training is not going how I want it. Same! Training is not going how I want it either. I think, like, let's take a look at what I have right now. This is technically a medium runner, though she is usable. This is my best runner right now for Mile. My rice shower. I'm actually pretty happy with how this rice shower came out. Technically, this Marzensky can be used as a Mile runner, but she doesn't have Mile S. I don't think I have any other Mile S'ers, but let's take a look. That's a Mile B. That's a Mile A. The next is my Air Groove. She is built as a miler, so we could run Air Groove. She's got a lot more stamina than she needs. Zipu, make a lurk button so I can lurk. Why do you need a button to lurk? So we're not looking too good on the spectrum here. My B was okay, but she doesn't have enough speed. So alright, so let's try and make something better than what we had. Can I do a Guts run on Suzuka? Does that sound insane? Maybe I should just be greasy like everyone else and run Ogre, but I don't want to do that. The thing is, like, everybody's running Ogre Cap Christmas, and it feels so dirty running Ogre Cap Christmas when she literally needs 3 like recovery skills to get her ult off, which means like you're not building any stamina on her. In fact, you could probably go into this race with less than 400 stamina and still win with her, which is crazy. I'm trying to actually, let's see what nope, I didn't want to hit edit team. Let's look at our legacies again. My best Ogre Cap is actually really far down. She is a miler, though, but she's not very good. What's her affinities? Speed and power. Let's try to run a Guts deck on Ogre. So we're gonna run her as a late surger. This is 6 Mile, and it has all the things I want. I need a little bit of stamina here. What does she have? She has front long. I don't want to pull a long S. Turf front medium. How far down this list can I go here? Power wit. Do I not have any stamina girls? What is the inspiration on this one? Medium, medium pace? No. No, no, definitely not. Power mile? This is too much power. Medium, long, medium. This is probably too much stamina, though. Back to the top. Fitting that you have a lasagna in the stream title and have Ogre kept running going. Yeah. She is the lasagna monster. What does this Daiwa have? Long, long turf? Definitely not. Slate Surge or medium, medium. Maybe we run this? That might not be bad. What's her parents? It is an ogre, so it is a circling parent. No, too much power. She has a late searcher long medium. Hi, Bert. Maybe this? Flower maneuver is not bad here. I think we're gonna go with this Ryan. Try to secure ourselves the Let's Pump Some Iron and the Red Shift. Would be really good. We're gonna try the Guts deck here. Do I have the cards for it is the question. Do I have... I don't even think I have Ardent, actually. Not maxed. Well, we don't need her. We're running a late surger. This one gives pacer skills. What about Nice Nature? Race bonus 5. Doing pretty good. How are you doing, Bert? Oh, you went to Scotland over Easter break? That sounds like fun. What about our little friend here? What does she give in terms of skills? Dirt skills. Don't care about dirt skills. Don't care about front runner skills. Seeking the Pearl is a sprinter. She does give shifting gears, though. That's a front skill. What other Guts cards do I have? I do have Air Groove. With race bonus 10. Training effectiveness 10. I want to take our girl. Where is she? I know I have someone on my list that has Nice Nature. Please do not grief me. There we go. Okay, so I think we're gonna run a 3-wit 3... 3-wit 3 gut stack. Is this objectively worse or better than this? The specialty priority is 60. Alright, what are we looking at in terms of race bonus here? We are looking at 40 plus an extra 5. $65, I think that's it. That's the total, 65. 10, 20, 30, 40. This is 50, but each of them also have plus 5 race bonus, so that's 60, and then an extra 5 from Nice Nature, so 65 race bonus. They make me anxious too, but at this point, like, it's kind of all or nothing. It's kind of all or nothing in my mind right now. So we're gonna give it a shot. We'll try to do 2 runs today. Best be watching the video a bit, dear, or the hole is way down. Also just ate a burger, let me send you a pic. Sorry about that. I did not have a chance to mute. That is a pretty big burger. Huh. Thank you, Burn, thank you. Whew. Thank you, Nash. Alright, let's get this show on the road. We're gonna do the speed training. I think as long as we secure her enough early speed, we should be okay. I don't want him wrapping up. I probably won't take it, even if I got it. I'll take the speed training again, actually. Give my 2 strongest cards, their friendship points. I'm out of tissues, I only have 1 left. Need to be very conservative with my tissues. Sorry for booger sounds. I should have muted, damn it. The allergies are getting to me, guys. How's everybody else's allergies doing? I've woken up a couple times this week with swollen eyeballs. The pollen is real. We want power. That was 10 USD. The burger is basically really good. Patty, cheese, sauce, bacon. Patty is awesome. Fries are so good. Oh. It looks really good for 10 USD. Man, I wish I could get a burger like that around here for 10 USD. No, you cannot. Shit's expensive. I would pay for a burger like that around me. That burger would be like $15. Ooh, yay. Give me that corner of depth. Yes, we will take the witch training. Ugh, the Haru card is so good, it's just like really shitty that it gives you no starting friendship meter, and it makes it so hard to get her where she needs to be, unless you get Charming. I should not have taken that training, that was very risky. But we got it, and that's all that matters. We are getting good trainings with Haru though, so hopefully we can get her out of the hole and she can catch up to everybody else's friendship meters. Don't know if you can see, but there was also a Coca-Cola can? What's the white sauce with the spoon? Is that ice cream? Or is that mayo? Why did they give you a spoon? I guess that makes sense. You kind of want to get it out of the container. Homemade mayo? Oh, okay, that makes it way better. Base Ogre! Ugh, my nose is so runny all of a sudden. Why? Why do you hate me, air? Today I saw some woman try to steal gas, but when she tried to drive off, the pump was still in the car. Oh no! No! She pulled a stupid. That's so dangerous. What the hell? You can't pump your own gas by you? It's mixed in the US. Some gas stations will pump it for you and others won't. When I first started driving, every gas station that I went to that was like near my house, because I didn't really drive very far, so it was only like gas stations that were in a certain radius of my house. Most of them would pump the gas for you. So the very first time I had to pump it for myself, I was extremely confused. It was a tragic event. But I figured it out. Why was there a lot of fire? I'm probably gonna take that training, but let's just take a peek. Yep. I mean, if the meters are well maintained, then realistically, there should be no issue with you pumping your own gas, because the meters should be counting correctly. I don't really know how you could scam the machine out of putting the right amount of gas in, because if you're paying money in advance, either through cash through the inside, or you're using your credit card, you're gonna get charged no matter what. Oh. People like to burn things to get rid of trash. That's not how you get rid of trash. Alright, Ogre. Please give me better luck than Taiki. You're a queen. We don't need that. We're doing real good in the wit department. Like I said, I live in hell, a lot of stupid people in hell. To be fair, Burnt, there's a lot of stupid people no matter where you go. I don't know, did you guys see the frickin', the riot in France, in Paris? Over a football game? Yeah, literally because of a football game. It was actually bonkers. You had enough of it for 9 years. Yeah, if you saw the news, Bert, apparently a particular football club won whatever finals or tournament they were in, and the fans decided to burn and raid Paris for it. Like, literally setting cars on fire level of chaos. I think that might have been what it was. I don't know what the teams were. I don't know very much about that stuff. You're kidding, right? Did you really just lose that race? Wow. Yeah, unrest in France after Champions League final. Almost 900 arrested, 178 security personnel injured. It was PSG, you're right. Paris Saint-Germain's Champions League's finally win over Arsenal on Saturday. Yeah. There was looting, they were burning cars. It was crazy. Here in Brazil, one of the major organized crime was using gas stations to launder money, and like a huge percent of the gas stations, well, besides basically all of them having adulterated fuel. Jesus. I don't envy you for living in Brazil, Luna. It does not strike my fancy one bit. The things I hear from you and from my old boss make me very grateful to live in America, and it genuinely baffles me when I hear people saying that we live in a terrible country. Because, yeah, maybe our president may not be the smartest cookie in the batch, but, we don't have shit happening at the grand scale that's happening in Brazil. Yes, Luna lives in Brazil. Sorry for doxing you, Luna. Well, technically you doxed yourself, but... Yeah, I'm gonna take those two. You're going... You travel a lot, Burnt. Damn. I'm gonna take this stamina training. Here's to hoping we hit. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice, we hit! Oh, we do have tons of shit. It's big, but not as big as people think. We are a more violent nation. Want to go to Italy? Realize I don't like a lot of their... You don't like Italian food? What is wrong with you, Burnt? Italy is fantastic. I honestly can't wait till I go back there. Why do you have bands at 15? Cause like, it's sad because my old boss would always say that Brazil is beautiful. I love Brazil so much. Like he was born and raised in Brazil, and he's lived in America for the past like 20 years. And it's just really sad that when I can hear it in his voice when he's talking about Brazil, how much he loves it, but how sad it makes him to know that his country is like so corrupt and falling apart. Music, cheese, people, you have family in Italy? Oh, wait, no, okay. These are just things you don't like. Never mind. Ignore me. Wait, that's not a reason to not go to Italy just because you don't like cheese. There's one movie I totally recommend, Elite Squad, both 1 and 2. The first show how police and drug trafficking act more in the 90s. Police brutality got way lower, but brutality from reverse crimes in general is not great. That's what I've heard. I've heard. There's a lot of extortion. There's a lot of crime. I mean, your government is extremely corrupt from what I've heard, and the criminals basically run a lot of the towns. You travel to eat, but a lot of their food has a lot of oil and cheese. But it's so yummy! There's a lot of Italian food that doesn't have cheese. Do you not like oil either? Alright, we're gonna end up in a crisis here. I have 2 empowering megaphones already. Do I need another one? Not really. I could pick this up instead, and then pick up one of the empowering megaphones next turn, and I'll be okay. Also, you make me sad, Burnt! Cheese is good! It's good for your soul! I don't understand how you don't like cheese! That's not okay, Ogre Cap. Do it again. Alright. Good correction. Good course correction. I should probably load an agenda, nah? Nah. We are corrupt, but I feel more because we actually investigate itself not to be political, but every time the right got to power, they scaled down corruption investigation. When the left gets to power, the investigations go up. I mean, your politics are not the same as the politics in my country, Luna. I can't comment on the state of your political parties. This is a pretty weak shop. Don't need to, you're doomed. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because my boss, like, he owns land in Brazil. Through inheritance of his family, and it just, I feel bad because he wants to go back home and to build a house and he's got cattle down there that his family is currently helping him take care of, but it's just sad that he can't even, like, feel comfortable living in his own, hometown, which, if I'm not mistaken, his hometown is, Minas Gerais, is that how you say it? Which, if I'm not mistaken, that translates to Little Gem, if that's what he told me correctly. Hi, Pink! Vesper, how's it going? It's been a minute. I've been on a Uma break, but like I said, hi, watch people play Uma. I'm doing okay. I just quit out on a Taiki curse run. I think Taiki on this account is cursed for me, so... But yeah. Doing pretty good. How are you doing? Did I pronounce it right, Luna? Take the Gamba or take the safe training. Take the Gamba, take the safe training. Kinda, yeah, it was good? Okay. I know it wasn't perfect, but I tried to remember what he has said to me, and if I'm not mistaken, it is he told me it means like little jewel or little gem. Tired, but you're always tired. I feel you. I feel you. I also have this problem of always being tired. I worked from home today, so I slept in a little bit, and then, like, I slept in, I did a little work, I had lunch, and then I felt really tired, and I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down. So I did not do much today. Nina's is mine like a coal mine, should I? Ah. Got it. Well, he says he has a lot of farmland around there, and he said on his land he had, like, before he left Brazil, Because I think he left Brazil when he was, like, in his 20s. And he's now in his 40s, almost 50s, if not already 50. Because it's been a while since I last saw him. He's probably in his 50s, actually, now. But before he left Brazil, on his land, he planted a bunch of mahogany trees. Because he's like a carpenter. He's a huge carpenter. So, he planted a bunch of mahogany trees with the hopes that when he returns, he can harvest some of them and make furniture and stuff out of it. So, I think that was a pretty smart plan in my book. I mean, does he need... I don't know anything about that. If he needs a permit to harvest or not, that's not something I am privy to. Because it is on his own land. It might be protected. Who knows? Not me. I know less about your laws than you do, for sure. I was gonna race, but I think I'm gonna take that training because that is a good training. Am I really gonna take this again? Yeah, we are. I've never done that before. Or I haven't done that in a long time. We're at Wit 4 already. Alright, what's in the shop? What's in the shop? Shop. What's in the shop? We want the Guts Anklet. There's a lot of stuff we want in here. Speaking of woodworking, did I tell you that I made a jewelry box for my mom for her birthday? Oh, that's cute! Very nice, Burnt. Example, when my father bought this place, nothing was constructed. We had to remove a tree to go through a lot because it was protected. Oh, I see what you mean. I don't know how the... Also, is that guy still your boss? He's not still my boss, unfortunately. I love Junior. His name was Ignacio. I love him, but unfortunately, he was an amazing person, but not a good business owner. He was too nice, which is a sad thing to have to say, but he was too nice, and unfortunately, people took advantage of that. It's very, very unfortunate. So, like, for example, and like, we're gonna try and stay out of the realm of politics, but I'm gonna talk about it. So, my boss, my ex-boss, when I was working for him, was very compassionate towards people who came here from South America who were looking for work, but did not have work papers or visa. So he would, out of the kindness of his own heart, hire them and pay them in cash. And then when things got rough for our company and we didn't have a lot of work, he had to let some people go. And they sued him, saying that they didn't get paid properly, and the lawsuit basically bankrupted the company. Yeah. So, because unfortunately, in New York State, the labor laws very, very heavily favor the employee. And it's a double-edged sword. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because yes, employees deserve rights, but at the same time, in my mind, like, he was paying them properly. He was paying them overtime. But they still won the court case against him. Which makes no sense because they shouldn't even be able to sue him being an undocumented person. But yeah, so basically that lawsuit, it was two guys who participated in that lawsuit, essentially ruined the company for everybody else. Because my boss had to let go of everybody when the company closed. And there was like me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like at least 6 other workers, including me, that were out of a job because they decided to sue my boss. And again, they were getting paid, and they were getting paid like well for not being highly skilled. So it sucks that my boss had to take the hit for that. But it is what it is. And it is in the past. And I cannot change it. I loved working for him though, because we made some really, really beautiful things. It was a mill shop, so we were making custom cabinetry and furniture. And let me tell you, I don't necessarily aspire to be someone with a lot of money. However, working for people who have a lot of money is really fun. Because when you're designing for somebody who has a lot of money, the possibilities are endless. I designed some really fabulous, beautiful things with that company, and if I could work for a prestigious millwork factory like that again, I would in a heartbeat. Because the stuff that left that shop were just so nice. So nice. And I am in awe of what the guys on my crew created when I worked there. I'm gonna pick that up, but I don't think I need anything else in this shop. And we're gonna rest. I have a little bit of energy. I have grilled carrots, which is good. But we should be okay for summer. The labor law here are really good. You can't do extra hours without being paid. There's no you have max X amount of paid sick days in med. If a medic says you need to take 3 months off sick day, you'll get paid for that and they can't fire you. Well, paid maternity leave, I think 2 months. Yeah, that's the one thing that our country is still kind of catching up on. You definitely have limited sick days and it depends on who you're working for. Though maternity leave has, at least in New York State, has improved significantly. I believe you're given like 50 something work days or something, which almost translates to about 3 months, yeah. Alright, what's in the shop? We got a lot of points to spend here. We're gonna grab those 3. I don't think I have 1 speed anklet. Okay, I don't need another. Not right now, at least. So we're gonna buy this stuff, and then we'll sit on the other stuff. Unions here are hit or miss. I can't say I'm a huge fan of unions. Alright, we have 3 girls that are close to, but not quite there. So what can we do here? We're not gonna take the guts training. I think we're gonna take the speed training. Or I can take the stamina training. Either way, we're gonna have to pump our energy. Oh, that's nice. That you get some time if you adopt someone too. Do I take the stamina training? Who's more valuable here? Oh, why didn't I use the bracer? I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. I think I'm just gonna take this. Get her online. I can't believe I didn't use that speed bracer. I'm an idiot. You might adopt? You don't want to have your own kids? useless skill. Wow, this was really bad. I'm gonna actually use that reset whistle. There we go. That's a training I want. Let's pop this. And hit that massive training. You don't want to have biological children? I mean, if you've already started taking hormones, you probably won't be able to unless you stop, right? At least in the culture of my company. Oh, yeah. At least from what I saw with my own eyes, and also my mom worked there and my father retired there. It's not if you're stepping on others to get high. Ah. But then again, I might not want to continue. I want to continue your bloodline. I mean, you're not the one giving birth to the baby, so I don't see why you wouldn't want to have your own kids. What's your reason for not wanting to have biological kids, though, Luna? Oh, Luna, if I'm not mistaken, has already started HRT. Hormone replacement therapy. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that messes with your reproductive system, regardless of which direction you're going in. Ah, I see. I can take the guts training or I can take the witch training. Both are good. One gives me energy, one does not. I think I'm gonna take the guts training. I mean, that's on you to be more selective of your partners, Bert. That's not something that we can really help you with. I have fortunately never had that issue because I've not slept with many people in my lifetime. Or that, what Luna says. Well, the issue with that, Luna, is that it doesn't necessarily lend itself to wanting to have children, though. I have nothing. So we're just gonna race. Jesus. That's rough there, Bert. Your uncle got his drink spiked and now has an STI. How are you losing in a race like this? Yeah, but getting an STI at any point in your life is terrible. Ooh, I'm sorry about that, Luna. Don't ever let someone pressure you. I understand, like, you've explained this story before, so I get it. It just sucks that you were in that situation at all. I'll just be safe, Minecraft got me. Oh my god, Bert. You goofy. Yes, you did talk about this before. You said that if I remember correctly, you said that this person was going to physically hurt you if you didn't comply. So I totally understand why you would comply, for lack of a better word. I think I'm just gonna straight pick up Nimby. Yeah, obviously your safety is important, but safety in all matter of things is important. Alright, this is gonna be a rough one. I don't know if she's actually gonna succeed here. I'm wondering if I just pick up the safety heal. Just pick up passing pace strategy. Just get some insurance on her. Yeah, Luno, you've been around for a while. We've talked about a lot of stuff. Oh, thank God you won on the first try. Because I don't want to bring more people into this router world to suffer. I prefer way more to adopt. I understand that sentiment, but also at the same time, like, I have mixed feelings about that sentiment, mainly because globally, our birth rates are dropping. There are very few countries that have positive birth rates, and the ones that do are actually, like, considered the second and third world countries. So, I think if you have the ability to reproduce, you should. Because also you need to think about it in a sense, like, think about it in a way, I'm thinking about it in this way. And it's not to be demeaning to anyone, it's not to put anyone down. It's literally thinking about this in the most logical way that I could see it. I consider myself of decent intelligence. I'm not the smartest book out there, but I'm certainly not the dumbest. If you let the less educated, lower IQ people continue to have children in your country, and the smarter people who are extremely conscious about the economic status of things, about, you know, the state of the world and the suffering of the world, the people who are very sympathetic and empathetic, which I would consider higher EQ people, emotional quota people, whether it's EQ or high IQ, it doesn't really matter. But if you let the people who have high EQ and high IQ talk themselves out of having children, the probability that the overall EQ and IQ of an entire generation goes down. Does that make sense? Emotional support horse? Thanks, Luna. Thanks. What's Project LeBron? I have not heard of that. But think about it. So, like, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to have too many kids because I can't afford it. Or they say, you know, I don't want to put strain on the world. We're already destroying the world as it is. All of this stuff. Like, they make all of these reasons because they're actually thinking about it. They're not just like, you know, I don't want to have kids. And you have all of these people who are, even if you want to put it on, like, the spectrum of being in the top 50 percentile of intelligence in the country, saying that they don't want to have kids because of X, Y, and Z reason, that's not stopping the people on the other side. Because let's be frank, the people who are uneducated, who don't have sexual education as part of their curriculum that they've learned in school or part of their culture, they're not going to stop reproducing. That's not a thing that's going to happen just because the more situationally aware people decide that it's unethical for them to have children. Does that make sense? So, over generations of this continued thinking, the people who have the higher EQ and IQ are going to start disappearing. And I'm not saying dumb people can't have smart kids. They absolutely can. But you're creating a less likelihood of those smart people being born. I think I'm at max above average. Well, in my school, in my country, definitely above average. It sounds like you are a very high performing student, Burnt, from the things that you've shared with us. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were in the top 10 percentile of your demographic. Kindness training, I don't know about that. I don't know if kindness training is gonna do anything. But yeah, so that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. And I'm not saying that I want to have kids just for the sake of, you know, preventing the overall population of my generation, of the next generation, from getting stupider. I want to have kids because I want to have kids with my husband, and I love him. But you got a lot of people in our generation that are like, I don't want to have kids because I don't want the responsibility. I don't want to have kids because it's too expensive. I don't want to have kids because I want to have fun. Meanwhile, you have other people who are just putting them out. And I'm not singling out any certain, like race or ethnicity here. Happens in white trash neighborhoods too. They have kids too, because they're not educated in how to prevent having children when you do the deed. When you have nothing to do, doing the deed is the fun thing to do. And then babies are born, because people don't understand how babies are born. Project Laban, I marry a very tall woman, and I go with my very tall genes, and I train him from birth to be the best kept. I see, Bert, I gotcha. Like, my problem with this is I don't know what is the increased chance of having a high IQ if you are, because I don't know how much genetics help with intelligence. I don't know how much environment, how much is biology. I mean, obviously environment has a huge play on it, but I think, at least from my observation, there is certain skills that you are not guaranteed, but you're more likely to have because of, one, the environment you're growing up in, and two, because your parents also instill that in you. Like, for example, if you, in our family, all three of us are artistically inclined. All three of us are artistically inclined in our own way. I can draw, and I sing very well. My father is a good singer. My grandmother is an artist on my father's side. My brother is a really good woodworker and painter. My sister is very handy with, like, little hands-on crafts. Like, mom is also very crafty and artistic. So there's artistry in our family, and eye for detail in our family. Mom is very good at math. Dad was supposed to be an engineer, but he took a break from college and then never went back. That's another story entirely on its own. But we are, in our family, mathematically inclined. All of us are decent at math. My brother and I are both in engineering-based fields. So I do think that there is a predisposition for you to lean in certain directions, not just because you see those skills in your parents. It's just something that is almost innate, is what I think. I don't have any proof to back this. I did not do any research into this, but I do think it is somewhat innate. How do I want to do this? Do I want to waste my time training? I do. I want to waste my time training. I think this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. But someone smarter might be able to raise a child better. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that child is going to be, you know... Ooh, what do I want here? I need the stamina. That child is going to be, you know, gifted, for lack of a better way to say it. I should have taken a race. I'm stupid. I am dumb. That's not much of a thing. Because being smart doesn't mean you know how to teach people how to conduct your children to also be intelligent. Different people react to different ways. That is also very true. You have these people who are CEO types, who are highly successful doctors, engineers, lawyers, whatever. And they just don't know how to handle kids. But they're highly intelligent, they just don't know how to handle kids. They have kids, and then you end up with kids who are emotionally stunted because their parents never interact with them. Child doesn't need to be gifted, just needs to be safe. That's true. That's true. But you also want to raise a child that, like, that they can also find success in their own life. I think we might attempt a second try at this, because I'm realizing the mistakes that I've made in this run, and I think we can do better. I think we can do better. Not worth the training. Let's take a race. I mean, so what I'm seeing as a big issue with the generation that you're growing up in right now, or even like the generation just slightly below your generation, Burnt, is that you have a lot of kids that are growing up with social media as their teachers, rather than parents actually teaching kids how to properly interact with others. Most kids interact through some sort of social media, whether it is texting someone, whether it is, you know, messaging someone on Instagram, Snapchat, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So when you're interfacing with someone on a digital plane, it's way different than when you interface with someone face to face. When you have a conversation with someone right in front of you, you can read you learn to read their emotions, you learn to read their social cues and their facial expressions. You learn all of these things that you don't learn when you're interacting with someone in a digital sense. So the current generation of children are learning their social skills on the digital playing field, and it's not healthy because they're not learning the nuances of social interaction. They're not learning how to read facial expressions. They're not learning how to read body language. So then when they enter conversations in the real world with people, they don't know how to conduct themselves. They don't know how to handle themselves. They don't know how to speak correctly. They don't know how to judge and maneuver in a conversation or in an interaction. And then you wonder why these children are so riddled with anxiety and with social anxiety, with all these different types of anxiety around social interaction. It's because they don't get to practice and flex those skills when they live entirely online. When their best friend that they see in school, but most of the interaction isn't with them in person, it's through text message. This is what I'm seeing as the issue for these kids, because then these kids end up going to college. College has no training wheels anymore. You go from high school, which has 4 pairs of training wheels, into college that has 0 training wheels, and then you're wondering why these kids are struggling to pass their classes. Let me read what you said. I will hold myself to not over-fixate. I study intelligence for a bit. Intelligence is kind of complex. The IQ of things is fucking awful. Yeah, I agree. There are a few types of intelligence, like social intelligence, self-intelligence. Funny fact, it's the hardest one. Yep. Muscle intelligence, there are others, but I don't remember the name. They do know how to efficiently make nether portals in Minecraft. Yeah, I guess they do know how to do that. But yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about the current state of things. You have children who are learning all of their interactions through social media, and then you have adults who are not choosing to teach them things outside of these social realms, and it creates socially inept children who become socially inept adults. So it's the hard reality of things that you need to be an active parent. You can't be a passive parent at all. They put you on a bike and told you to pedal. I know. I'm using it also as somewhat of a metaphor in this sense. It is the parents' fault, but it is the parents' fault, yes. It is mostly the parents' fault, but because you can't expect these young children to be socially aware. You can't expect these young children to parent themselves. So it is a lot on the parents to, say, hey, go outside and do shit outside. Or go, hang out at your friend's house. Or something like that. It's very hard to do that. Or invite your friends over to our house and let's do something, It's unfortunate that this is the state of how things are. We're gonna heal ourselves. Or maybe we don't heal ourselves and we run ourselves into the ground even more. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Go! Not socialize years inside of Minecraft. It's my fault my dad would watch me play Animal Crossing. He should have known better. A lot of people have fun being inside and literally don't care to do so. That's totally true. I agree, Mike. But the thing is, you can do things inside and still have face-to-face social interaction. Hanging out with your friends, even if you're all fucking playing video games together. You can do that. Go to your friend's house like we used to do in high school. Everybody would meet up at my ex-boyfriend's house. There would be 6 of us there, and all we would be doing is playing Halo, Gears of War, and Call of Duty. That's all we would do. Or Super Smash Bros. But you're interacting with people on a face-to-face level. That's the important part. It's not through a screen. Like, there isn't anything wrong with what we're doing right now, me streaming and you guys typing to me, or us talking this way. But it shouldn't be a person's core and only way of socially interacting with people, and especially not when they're in their formative years. In your formative years, you really do need to have interactions with other people of all swaths of life. You need to learn how to interact with adults. You need to learn how to interact with other kids. You need to learn how to interact with babies. You need to learn how to handle those social situations, and never interacting with people outside of text messages or social media is not a way to learn those social skills. Eating is a great way to interact with people. But see, Pink, you are, I presume, an adult. I presume you're at least in your 20s. You may correct me if I'm wrong. What I'm talking about is mainly the people who are like ages 12 to 20 or 19, let's say 12 to 19. So like I'm talking about the preteens and the teenagers. They are that age demographic is a critical time in your life to learn social skills. Now, don't even get me started on the kids who are absolutely ruined education-wise and socially from COVID. COVID lockdown for a year really screwed with the kids who were in school at that time. It seriously did. I have no doubts in saying that. She didn't even say how old she was. Exactly, like, so, Mike, we used to do that too. That's my point, is like, you go with your friends to places to do things. And you get off your phone, And you do other things. You get pizza, you go for a walk, you go shopping together, you play sports together. Even if you're indoor people, you play games, but you're together. Oh, she's getting absolutely fucked. This was a bad idea. It was a gamba, and we lost the gamba. But even before I was an adult, it was the same way. Just instead of going and seeing people at work, I used to play sports, went to eat and hang out with... Exactly! It's okay to be more introverted. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not getting 95% of your social interaction via text message, I presume. That's basically what I'm getting at. There are people out there are kids out there right now who are getting most of their social interaction via text messages and via social media. That's how they interact with people. That's why they have such a strong emphasis on social currency and social media prowess being integral to their success as a person. The TikTok and Snapchat generation are wild. Exactly. I wish I had a better phone to play Pokemon Go when it came out. Pokemon Go was one of the weird phenomena where a digital game actually brought people closer together. People were going outside. People were interacting with each other. You had something to bond over across generations, across demographics. It didn't matter. It is one of the few outliers, I would say, to this whole social conundrum that I'm seeing. Don't worry about him, Burnt. Don't worry about Burnt, Pink. He says anybody that's older than him is damn old. I have to interact. Yes, school is important because it lets you interact with people every day, and in a face-to-face manner. That's why it baffles me that the kids at your school fucking beat the shit out of each other, because that is not proper social training. Alright, that was actually really good. I don't think she's gonna be a viable ace, just because we're really short on speed here. Unfortunately. I think I'll grab one of these. If you get close, what are you, a vampire? Luna, what kind of game is this? +30 is Unkstat? Yeah. My friend Michaela is 1 week older than me and I call her old. Kids at your school are idiots. I mean, if you guys are getting in fights all the time, yeah, I would agree. The kids at your school are not very smart. I gotta sneeze, hold on! It will come out! Damn it! You don't have to disclose your age, huh, Pink. Don't worry about that. Burn is just pushing your buttons. No, that wasn't a sneeze. That was me trying not to sneeze, and then it just didn't. It didn't happen. It's still sitting in my nose. Oh my god, I'm not that old. You take that back. But we are hag status. We are true indeed hag status. Pardon me blowing my nose, gonna mute. Oh my god, Burnt, get out of here. Need to put her down. I am proud to be the age that I am. I say that all the time. I tell you guys my age all the time. I am literally turning 34 in a few weeks. It's like, I'm fine with being as old as I am. You can call me hag or unk, whatever you want. I don't care. It is who I am. Alright. We need to purchase some skills. I know, I know I'm a lot older than you, bud. I just hit 34 the other day. I'm like, fuck, I have to change my age on my social media. That is interesting. If you put your birthdays in social media apps, they don't automatically update your age. I don't use many social media. I'm having my first, like, I don't know, what do you want to call it? I'm having my first, real go at Twitter right now. I started posting yesterday, and I will say I've made significant progress. I started off with 14 followers, and I'm now up to 34. I think that's pretty damn good for typing nonsense on a screen. I'm not posting anything of extreme value. But I was surprised at how many people followed me, whether they're bots or not. You had your first nosebleed. Damn. That sucks. I don't post on Instagram, and I don't post on TikTok, and I know I need to do both of those if I want to ever actually see this channel grow. I mean, we've certainly grown in the past month or so. More than I was expecting, ever. Give me the skill, because I don't want you taking my energy. I just don't have an inclination to post things, you know? What would you consider minimum to register for Unk status? I'm being told that it's in your 20s, but for me, for Unk and Hag status, I think you need to be 30. That is for me. Hey, Solar! Runs are going okay. We're taking a risky gamble run right now with a Guts build, and it's not paying off. At all. At all. So we're gonna do one more run after this, and see how that one goes. I hardly ever touch my socials, just use them to get fan art and things. I like such cute Yuri art. 30 plus is Unk and Hag is caping. That's what I was told too, Mike. You lost aura in front of your girlfriend, oh no! 18 is Unk, jeez. So you're closing in fast then, Bert. Yeah, we're gonna finish up this run and then we're gonna try and do an actual Ogre recap run. I do not have very good Umas for this CM right now. I have... Oh, that's not true, that's not true. I have an air groove and I have, Hold on, I'm putting my hair up because it's getting a little warm in here. I have an air groove and I have a Summer Marzensky, but we're not cooking. I would say, we're not cooking. That's for sure. Dude, this is genuinely tragic shop. What's crazy? The fact that he's calling 20 years old Unk? Don't listen to him, he's 15. Burnt is 15 and likes to make fun of everyone. Race through and explode. I don't have any more cupcakes, so we're not racing through. As soon as your back starts to hurt, you're Unk. I've been Unk forever then. In your 20s is crazy. I agree. I'm from what I was told, Unk and Hag status is freaking 30 years old. However, these kids keep bringing it down further. I've heard 25. This is the first time I'm hearing 20. But, yeah. For events, you have to train them ahead of time and then submit them like a packet of stats. Sort of. That's sort of how you do it. So when I finish this campaign, I'll show you, Mike, if you haven't seen what a Champions Meet is, which is the current event that's that is in setup right now. It's in sign-up phase. Did I get anything good in the shop? Kinda, not really. Alright, we could be saved by a truly goated summer, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Unk is like 35, 30 if you got knee and back pain. How old are you, Nash, if you don't mind me asking that you're saying this? How did the last CM go? I got 3rd place in Group A on both accounts. Day I woke up in my bed for a little, like 6 months, I would wake up with like cramps, and that's when you knew it was old. It was like 8 years ago. Dude, that means you're not drinking enough water. Oh yeah, well, Solar, we know you came in 1st place in Group A. You freaking smashed it. I am not an Uma Chad, I am just an Uma player. You play poker, therefore you unk? I don't know if that's how that works. Alright, we have empowering megaphones, so we're not up the creek yet. I'm gonna pick this up because I have... Oh, I can just freaking buy that Guts manual. Give me the Guts application. I have so much freaking points right now. I am unfazed by purchasing 120 credits worth of something. Unfazed. Completely unfazed. Mike, you are a ball of health issues. Alright. How do we do this? We have a bunch of... We have one of these. We have some energy. And we have reset whistles. I don't want to take this training, because I think it's a terrible training. Let's see what it looks like when I put this on it. Well, you gotta stop sleeping in a dumb position. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I will happily take that wit training. Ugh, that's a good training! Alright, I'm gonna take that training. I'm doing it. I don't care. This is all I can do. To not explode. No, this was a really bad run. We did not hit speed trainings early and it screwed us up very badly. No, that's not a race that you take. You will actually just straight up die. Alright, so we took the gamble on the guts build and it failed miserably. But that's okay. Come on, go, go, go. She is not. I'm not sure where she's up to today. Oh, she's at D&D. She popped in earlier. I think she's lurking. She was here like really early in the beginning. She came in and said that she was at D&D but not and here but not actually here. I mean, good for her for playing D&D. Gotta get some of that social interaction in there. Maru Air Groove and your Oshi Natty. Oh, nice! Ultimately won even though I wish Natty did, but training aces with Lasagna burnt me out. Yeah, I've been trying hard not to let myself burn out. It is rough. It is rough out there. Not gonna lie. It is rough. That's why I didn't really stream much Uma last week because well, that's not true. I did stream 2 days of Uma last week. But pretty much after the event ended, I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna play for a few days because I just needed to get away from it for a bit. It's just, it is such a slog with Mant, and I just truly dislike it. I really can't wait for Grand Live, but it doesn't come out for another 2 months, so... Just add a jetpack to your Uma. Did you tell me about the YouTuber you watch? No, which one? Who we talking about? You're 33? Okay, so you're like the same age as me, Nash. Sorry, I didn't see that message come through. You're the same age as me. I am also 33. I will be turning 34 this month, but yeah. Oh, nice. Double mood up? Hell yeah. We'll take that. Even though this run is washed and we're not gonna get what we need out of it. This will be an S+ run, I can tell. You're all turning into dust before my very eyes. I mean... I cannot deny that I am old. It is what it is. It is what it is! It's the facts of life. You grow up, you get old. I know. That I feel you, Pink. I feel you. I literally played earlier today. I've been doing Narita Taishin runs for the past week on my main account. And I have one good Narita Taishin. Like, she's just on the edge of being SS+. But she doesn't have Mile S. And then a bunch of... I have like 3 of the other ones that I did that are like S+, low SS rank. And they all have Mile S, but they're absolute dirt garbage. So it's just like, I don't know what to do. Today alone, I quit out on 3 runs because I started them and then immediately got debuffed into Oblivion or had really, really shit trainings before first summer. And I'm like, there's nothing that I can do to come back from this. And then failing on like a 2% training in summer, and I'm just like, nope, I'm done. I quit. It doesn't take much to set me off. Listen, I'm old enough to remember playing the original Sonic games on Genesis and never being able to beat them. That's GG's for me. Dude, we played on like the OG NES, cause my uncle had one, and I remember playing Bubble Bobble on the frickin' old NES and the frickin' 7-Up game and Connect 4 and so many good games. We had the Sega Genesis as well. Never ever knew how to play Knights. That game was wild. Loved it. Had no idea how to play it. Toy Pop? Oh, also a good game. So many good games out there. Old Sonic games are hard. Also, OG Mario is hard. Hello, King! Welcome, welcome. I was playing Sonic Unleashed a little bit before I joined the stream. I beat the game. Sonic Unleashed? Yeah. I mean, I don't know if any of you saw, but I was playing I know Mike was there, but I was playing OG Spyro on the weekend. I mean, that's way newer than Sonic games. Mario. Always get good start, then I either fail like 3 trainings that are under 10% or lose races missing FFs, then I know I should be winning races that I just... You have no idea. I am 100% on board with you, Pink. The amount of races I have quit out on have just been, like, unreasonable in the past week and a half. It just happens. I don't think I ever got very far in the OG Mario game. But we used to play that, we used to play Tetris, we used to play, frickin' Street Fighter on the Game Boy. My god. The nostalgia. Gauntlet on the N64. Hell yeah, Gauntlet. I know, it feels so bad. A half hour wasted when you quit out, like... There have been times where I've gotten to second summer and I'm just like, I want to throw my phone because the second summer's terrible and you know it just tanked your whole run and you want to quit out, but you're like, I'm already there. I might as well finish it. I watched a YouTuber that does machining, welding, and other stuff, and I'm watching her for a while. I discovered that she has an OnlyFans. Oh yeah, you told me about that. You told me about that. Yes, you did. I remember that one day I was playing casually and people were like, what the fuck are you good at jumping guy? Tetris Attack. I actually haven't played Tetris Attack. Alright, this sucks. We did get another Master Cleat Hammer, which is very important. A second Master Cleat Hammer. Oh my god, it actually gave me the empowering megaphone that I needed to complete this. And I guess this is what we're gonna buy because I don't need anything else. You have the Super Nintendo, the white and purple one? The clear one? Might be my most played N64 Pokemon Puzzle League? Oh my god. You're like unlocking core memories right now. You know what game I'm really mad they never made a sequel to? Or, that's not true. They did make a sequel to it. But it's like, it's not the same. It's not the same. Pokemon Snap was really fun, but they never made more of the Stadium games, and the Stadium games were so good. Those minigames were stupid fun. Game Boy Pocket is? I have heard the term, but I'm not sure what exactly you're asking. Are you talking about like the OG gray Game Boys? The chunky ass gray Game Boys? Before the Game Boy Color was a thing? I was hanging with Jeremy and Marco and they were like, what the fuck, Mike, are you good at Mario? And some of my earliest memories of playing with the cousins. Mario teaching typing, Peach does her taxes. Oh. So many good games growing up. The first game, I think, we ever played that was actually ours, like we physically owned it and not something that our cousins had, was Pokemon Red. My brother and I had to share that shit. You know how hard it is to share a Pokemon game? Check general Discord? Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. It didn't feel the same as the OG Pokemon Snap. Yeah, I saw. The smaller redesign of the OG Game Boy. Now I'm gonna look this up. Yeah. And then they came out with the Game Boy Color after that. God. Felt so fucking old. Oh yeah, I stream on both YouTube and on Twitch. Twitch is just the easiest way to get into the conversation since most people like the interface better. But yes, I do also have my YouTube. My YouTube. I'm gonna re-roll this because I don't like these trainings. This one's not much better. I'm gonna save my last reroll. I'm gonna save it. Ogre Cap obese or fat? She's neither. She's just a little chubby. I don't think she can get fat. She runs too much. Oh, the Wario games. I used to love the Wario games. Oh my god. Those were so good. And Kirby games. And then, like, I think when my brother was, like, 6 or 7, we got our first PlayStation, and then it was all Crash Bandicoot, Croc, and Spyro for a few years. Such good games. Wario Land was peak? Yeah, it was. It really was. Alright, so this was a wash run. I found you here on Twitch first because of a raid from KSZ and a little bit back. It was when it was when I was watching Into the Grave for the yeah. It has been a few weeks since that happened already. It's crazy how fast time is moving. My god. It's looking like from what I saw in her more recent streams that she also is getting burnt out from playing Uma. But maybe that's just me projecting. Alright, well this was a dud runs, but we're gonna pick up skills anyway just to see where we land. When I was 8, I made my dad drive around Long Island to get this one specific Kirby game and Game Boy. The one that has the hamster for the first time. Oh my god. Do I play GTA? I do not play GTA. I've been thinking about it, but I can't believe that this is an 1800 run. I genuinely thought that this was gonna be an S+ run. It just felt so bad. Like, this is not a viable character. I cannot use her. And it is my best Ogre Recap run, and now I'm mad. Now I'm mad! She's been doing Boulder Gate 3 the last 2 streams. Hell, she's doing a second stream for it tonight after doing Uma earlier. Yeah, it's... I don't blame her for wanting to take a break. I needed a break, too. I needed a break after a bit, too. But back to your question, King. I have never played GTA. I've had friends who've played it, and I've watched. I've watched other streamers play it, but I've never played it myself. To be honest, I wasn't willing to invest in getting GTA, with the advent of GTA 6 supposedly coming out within the next year. I might consider getting it when it comes out, but other than that, I've never played any of the GTA games. Mobile games is this weird vibe. Sometimes you get into a vibe and play for hours. Other times mobile games tire me out. Yeah. This one is particularly becoming tiring right now because they increased the length of how the campaign runs. So you used to be able to do the campaign in like 25 minutes if you were really efficient. You can't do that anymore. The minimum time for it takes to do a run to completion is an hour. I think I've seen someone do it in like 45 minutes, but that person was basically running on autopilot. Baldur's Gate 3 is so much fun. I have not beat it yet. I'm at like 95% done. I just haven't finished the last fight. But yeah, I also very much like it. Oh, Mike, you wanted to see. So right now there's something called the Champions Meet. And basically what happens is when you enter, you get to submit 3 of your runners based on previous runs that you've had. So this is my list of runners right now, which I think I need to purge because we were getting kind of too many of them. But you get to select 3 of your runners to run against other people. So it's 9 horses in a race, 3 from each person, and 3 people per race. That's actually a pretty low score considering it was a 41 race run. GTA 5 came out when we were in college. You think, I know! Stop making me feel older than I already feel, Mike. Jeebus. Alright, we're gonna do an actual Ogre recap run here and see if we can get a good ace out of it. That was just a for funsies race. Can I do that with this? Yes, you can. Alright, so this is the deck. And we're going for it. I may have beaten Baldur's Gate 3 like 3 or 4 times, so I still play when I'm bored. I have like 200 hours in it. It's a really good game. I have like 2 campaigns started, one by myself and one with friends, and then we just never finished them. It is an extremely good. Larian Studios did an amazing job with that game. It's truly a masterpiece. It's so well done. Baldur's Gate and Expedition 33 are honestly 2 of the best games that have ever come out in the past couple years. I understand the love for Silksong because people love the Hollow Knight series and all of that jazz, but I'm sorry, Expedition 33 was like groundbreaking. It was such a good game, and oh my god, yes, give me Charming turn 3, absolutely, let's go. It is very easy to get distracted in it, though, because of just how much there is a lot in Baldur's Gate. Like, it's interesting because the game itself is technically a linear progression game, but there's so many different ways you can approach that linear progression. Because there's so many side things you can be doing. Have you not played it yet, Mike? I thought you would have played it already. We are not running an end closer, so we don't need Masterful Gambit. I mean, if you want to dig back into my VODs, I played Expedition 33 several months ago. Pretty much when it came out. I think I got it like the week after it came out. Only because I was busy the week it did come out. Haruura versus Zombie, who wins? That's a hard question. And here's why it's a hard question. It's a hard question because Haruura is an Umamusume, and Umas are very strong. They are physically way stronger than your average human. So it really depends on how many zombies we're talking here. If we're talking like a couple zombies, then she absolutely wins. If we're talking about like 300 zombies, I don't know. But like, even as a petite Uma, she is physically superior to humans. And you want a new Batman Arkham game? I never actually played the original one, though I heard it was very good. How did you... I mean, with 41 races, you probably had quite a lot of, either you had a crazy amount of fan bonuses, or you... Why do these all suck? Let's go for power. Or you had a lot of freaking glowing wands. Expedition 33 was on the Game Pass? You try to finish other games before you get new. Oh, well then that's your fault, Mike. You have no one to blame but yourself for not playing it. Go play French People game. It is well worth it. 100% recommend that game. Hi, Jenks. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, she kind of is like a small version of the tank in Left 4 Dead. I'll give you that equation. We're gonna rest here. And of course, it's a sleep rest. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go get some water. I am parched. We're talking a lot today. Water. Yeah, sitting down. Oh, right. 5 glowing wands, damn. Okay, get back to being comfortable in my chair. Alright, let's go Umamusume. But yeah, Mike, I highly recommend Expedition 33. It is probably in my top 3 games ever. It's just so well done. The music is amazing. The art is amazing. Like, I think what part... Like, there's so many reasons why I love the game. It's a fresh take on a combat style that I haven't seen before. I know turn-based is a game style, but I haven't seen interactive turn-based like that, the way Expedition 33 is done before. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure there is some other content that may already exist like that, but as far as I know, that game style doesn't exist, or didn't exist prior to that game coming out. How do you know when your Umas are good enough to submit? I mean... So the target is to have an Uma that's at least SS rank if you want to compete at high tier. And then there are certain skills you're looking at depending on what race you're running in. So if you're meeting those criteria, then you're generally pretty good. Expedition 33 is amazing in like all categories. Story was awesome, visually is gorgeous, stunning, and the voice acting is just amazing. I agree. Hope and prayer most of the time. Yeah, 100% that too. Yeah, the art style, I think it was so cool because it was a gritty art style, but it was also such interesting monsters. Like, there's very often you'll go from, like, game to game, and you'll see similar monster designs game to game. It is refreshing to see monsters that are not like other monsters in other games. And I just think it was just so well done because each of those monsters in that game, they represent certain things. And it's all part of the main character's mind, which is just so awesome. Like, the non-human main characters, NPC characters, like Monoko and I forget the balloon man's name. The companion that you fly around on. Like, just such unique character designs. The freaking little... The paintbrush people, I forget what they're called, goddammit. Exactly, it was gritty, but it had its own unique spin on the art style. And then, again, like you said, the story is just... The story was not anything I was even remotely expecting. You were expecting this, like, hard-boiled, high fantasy, you know, like, story, and it was still fantasy, but it wasn't, you know, like, Sauron in Mordor level fantasy. It was so well done. What made you upset, Solar? Eski, yeah, your boy. It's just, yeah, it was just such an amazing game, and I've been trying to get my husband to play it, but he refuses. He refuses to play it. He doesn't like playing games that are not competitive, and I'm just like, bro, play it just once. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's such a good game. For good reason, Mike. The music is just... It deserved to win an award for the music. For best soundtrack. It deserved it. 100%. It is one of the best game soundtracks I have heard in a very, very long time. Damn, that's crazy. How are you and how is my husband doing? We're doing pretty good. I had a bit of a meh day today. I was home working from home. I didn't have much work to do, but I didn't get good sleep last night. And I just, like, couldn't recover from it. But I'm doing alright other than that. I think we're just gonna rest. I hate that. I hate when you have, like, a really, really good, opening in the game, and then, like, you get no-shows in the final trainings, and it just destroys your run. It just totals your run. It's really, really tragic. Yeah, the music in Expedition 33 is just exceptional. I have no notes for it. It's just such well done music. Insanely well done music. Oh, thank you, Jinx. Like, it's no wonder that the Hololive Girls did with Iron Mouse did a cover of the Expedition 3's Claire Obscure song. It's such a good song. Can you not just drain me of energy that I desperately need? Thank you. I appreciate it. Mike, finish Meet ReFantazio so you can frickin' play Expedition 33. It's totally worth it. Mouse honestly has been popping off since leaving since VShojo's closing. It's actually kind of wild. She's been doing so much. She's been putting out a lot of music. She's been doing a lot of collabs. She's been doing a lot of covers. It's actually really awesome seeing her thriving. Dude, all of the corpos are exploding. VShojo exploded a few months ago, and now freaking V Reverie is gone. Which is crazy, because Reverie literally just put out a notification like a couple months ago saying that they were auditioning for their next generation, and then now, literally yesterday, they're like, yeah, we're closing. It's over. Oh, you're in a top 100 club? Nice, Solar. Yeah, it's actually crazy, but apparently, like, I mean, it's hard to say, because the issue with a lot of these corpos is that they start up with these corpos thinking that they're going to make a lot of money and like be super successful. The reality is that it takes a lot to produce what a lot of these companies are trying to do. And it's very easy and very quickly you can go under or be in the red when you hire a bunch of people to do things. That's kind of why Hololive also closed out the Holostars recently. They just they're not making as much money as is perceived. It is perceived that these corpos are making a lot of money, but they're not. When you think about it, just do the math in your head. Let's say a VTuber has a YouTube channel, right? So a VTuber has a YouTube channel, and every time someone members to them, it's let's just call it a $5 membership. YouTube takes $1.50, and that other $3.50 gets split between the corpo and the VTuber, if it's a 50-50 split. Sometimes it's a different split, but my point is, that VTuber has to have an insane amount of subs to justify that amount of money. Like, you can't just be pouring money into a talent and expect it to return enough to cover your expenditures. Like, just think about that. So if, let's just do some quick math. If a successful VTuber from Hololive has about 1,500 memberships. Okay, you're gonna rerun that race and you're not going to freaking lose this time. 1,500 times 350. Well, it's less than that. Like I said, it's 350. So half of 350 is $1.75. So 1,500. What the hell did I just do? My calculator just exploded. So 15,000 times $1.75. That corporation is making, before taxes, the corpo makes $26.25, $2,625 off of just memberships. Now, let's go to donations. Let's say in a month, a VTuber makes, I don't know, 10,000 in donations, right? Again, if it's going through YouTube, YouTube takes their cut, which is 30%. So that $10,000 is now $7,000. And then the corporation, let's say the corporation takes half of that. We're just going based off Hololive stats here. I don't know if I can say it since it might spoil some of the game, but the boss music at the end of Act 2 almost died in that fight because of how stunning. I had that same feeling when you first interact with Monaco. I love his music. It's so good. The jazzy music is just, I was in awe. It was just so good. But yes, the final boss music. Yeah, so if you're just going by Hololive stats, for a VTuber that is making $10,000 in donations and has 1,500 $5 memberships, the corporation, if they're taking a 50% cut, is making at the end of the month $6,125 before taxes. Now, let's say they're selling merch, right? So let's say she sells, the VTuber in question sells merch, and they have 1,000 units selling for $50, right? And let's say it costs $10 to make that. So now you have 1,000 units times $40 is the profit. That profit most likely is getting split 50-50. So in a month, if they're selling 1,000 units of merch with $10,000 in donos, 1,500 memberships on YouTube, the corporation is looking to make $26,000 in change, right? But if they're paying the CEO $1 million salary, and then they have an editor, they have a content manager, they have channel moderators, all of these things, all of those people are getting paid. Most likely a salary of some kind. And then you have to have insurances, lawyers, all of this stuff. That's a lot of money. $26,000 is a lot of money to be making. But at the end of the day, that's really more like $18,000 once you count for taxes. So that's like 3 people's salary right there. So if you have this team of like 30 people, you're not paying everybody's salaries with that kind of income. And again, some talents are not as popular as Hololive talents. Most talents are not as popular as Hololive talents. So they're probably not even bringing in numbers close to that. They're lucky if they have a couple hundred memberships on YouTube. So it makes total sense that these corporations are not sustainable, because the VTuber market is heavily saturated. Go. Go. Yeah! Success! Oh, we already had Charming. Fuck! I should have picked a different one. Oh well. Oh, fail. Happening game's crazy. Music is amazing. It's done me so much. Exactly, like the music in that game, chef's kiss. That the only other soundtrack that even remotely comes close in my mind is Skyrim. That's it. That's the only other one. And that game is fucking 15 years old. Yes, their growth doesn't even come close to the overall sustainability. The VTuber boom has been wild. I mean, there are people who call themselves VTubers when they don't even stream or produce content. It's just the nature of the beast at this point. You think Persona 5 is that good? I have not played any of the Persona games, so I cannot make a comment on that. But I believe you. I'll take your word for it. I've heard that the Persona games are exceptionally good. Yeah, I'll take free energy. Is it worth playing through all of the other Persona games? Question mark. I left the inflection on that sentence completely wrong. Is it worth playing all of the other Persona games before you tried to play the most recent one? That was my question. 3 and 5 are the only ones with the modern versions? What do you mean by modern versions? 4 is getting a proper remake soon. I mean, obviously the games were good enough that they decided to put Joker in frickin' Smash, so... They can't be bad, you know? There's so many games that I want to play that I just don't have time. Time is the biggest restrictor in my life. Did I fuck up? No, I just took a race. So we're going to train. I really should try to get one of these girls to where they need to be. 5 and 3 have the most modern and new games mechanics. Okay, okay. You can technically play any of them without playing the others since none of them really connect. Like 3, 4, and 5 don't really connect other than the concept of Persona and the Shadow. There's no, like, hidden lore that you need to know? I guess that's the real question I'm asking. Is there, like, some kind of lore continuity that you need to understand? Whether or not, like, the characters and story are connected to themselves? I always ask because, like, when I want to play a game series, I want to play it from start to finish. That's why I've never played Dark Souls. Because everyone's like, you need to play Dark Souls 3. And I'm like, I haven't played Dark Souls 1, and I haven't played Dark Souls 2, so why would I play Dark Souls 3? Persona 5 and 4 and 5 are a great place to start. Just jump right in at 4 and 5. Don't even play the other ones. It seems to be the general consensus that everybody is giving me right now. They're hidden lore, but you'll need to play all of them. Okay. Three got a modern remake and is good. It's also that the other thing is money. Buying games is not cheap. And I have games that I've bought and have not played yet. Like Dark Souls. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through Spyro. Spyro's gonna be my Saturday game, as long as I'm not, like, doing other things. Maybe even a Friday and Saturday game, depending on how my weeks pan out. But I think I want to finish Spyro, the trilogy, and then we'll, like, attempt another game. Because I'm having fun with Spyro. It's chill, it's not a hard game, and, it's giving me such nostalgia. Do Crash Bandicoot after? I gotta get a capture card if I'm gonna do that. Because I don't think Crash Bandicoot is available through Steam. Wow, that is a really shitty opening shop. No, there's no real lore connecting them. You'll get some Easter eggs like cameos from past characters popping up on posters or something. For example, Persona 5 Royal has a poster of one of the main characters from Persona 4 in the subway. Okay, so if there's no like major lore connections, then I might entertain just playing Persona. I gotta make a like. I think I'm gonna start throwing up polls in the Discord if people want to vote in the Discord. Of what I'm gonna play after Spyro. The Crash Trilogy is on Steam? Okay, then I have to check and see if my brother already bought it. Because the Spyro one is technically my brother's Steam. Each game is really good at explaining everything, but I haven't played 1 and 2. I've played 3 and 5 and haven't played a little bit of 4. Okay, okay. Alright, so everyone seems to be giving me the same consensus, that I can play Persona 4 and 5, 3, 4, and 5 without any issues. Alright. Sounds good to me. I also started a Fallout Vegas run and never finished it. I'm so bad. Sorry for Agile! On the Twitch side. Ooh, wow, that is a really good training. Wait, what am I doing? I also have grilled carrots just sitting in my pocket. Rotting away. You started on 5 yourself, personally? Okay. There's a crazy backstory with a character named Philemon, but other than that, the deep lore is pretty minor. Okay. Awesome. Nom! How was D&D? Did you have fun? I hope you had fun. 5 is a great... Oh, okay. Start. Joker is great, and the gameplay in lore of 5 is easy to get into and fun to learn. Okay. It sounds like it's the general consensus, so I think I will add it to my list of games that I should try. What kind of character were you playing as? We encountered a bunch of kobolds with wing gliders that danced and acted like gremlins. Oh my. But what kind of character were you playing? Were you an elf rogue? Come on, you gotta give me something here. You were a bard? Human bard. Did you sing? Aw, with a flute? You can't sing and play the flute. They stole your fucking flute, then you can't be a bard! They even have Funko Pops autographed by some of the VAs from the game. Oh, that's actually awesome. Alright, it sounds like a lot of people actually started with Persona 5, so I think it might be a game that I can not stick to the OCD brain in me to play from game 1 to game 5. Alright, I don't have a power bracer, so I'm gonna grab one just in case. Special week versus Ogre Cap eating? Pretty sure Ogre Cap wins. I'm pretty sure Ogre Cap just wins 100% of the time. Go, go, race, race! My dog is the goodest girl. Which dog? Or both dogs? Both are valid answers. Maggie's a little rat. I mean, she's a baby! What do you expecting from her? She don't know better. Sorry about the ads. Welcome back from jail, everybody. I don't have any. I do have one cupcake. I have 2 cupcakes! Alright, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're just gonna run through the Yasudakina and we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna blitz it. You'll be fine, Ogre. Yeah, Nash also said he started with Persona 5, and so did Mike. So I think everybody started with Persona 5, which means that it might just be the place to start and just play the Persona games. There is something in my eye, and it is aggressive. Probably a cat hair. Yeah, there's a lot of games that I want to play. I do want to go through the Crash Bandicoot series again. Though I don't know if I want to go completionist on that, because there is a lot of shit to do in that game. In those games. There's freaking 4 of them that are the ones I'm thinking about. Ogre Cap's girlfriend is Tamamo Cross, yes or no? I mean, I think they're just friends, but if that's your headcanon, then sure, go for it. Crash wanted- I mean, let's be honest. Crash Bandicoot was way harder than Spyro. From my memory of playing those games. Crash Bandicoot and Croc were way harder than Spyro. Spez 100% into science. I don't know if it's like into as in like she's in love with her. I think it genuinely is like she's just psychotically obsessed with her. Like unhealthily obsessed. Do I want to do that? I have a ticket. These are abysmal. Alright, we're gonna dump everything. And see what we get. Oh, the reset whistle did not... Oh, okay. I can take that. I will take that training. That is actually an insanely good training. And I'm not gonna complain. It's not a rainbow training, but my god, it's fucking 65 points. I will take that and I will run with that. And it also gets me natty up to rainbow, so... Oh my god! These trainings are delicious! What the hell? Yeah, I think it's just an extremely unhealthy idolization of Suzuka. I agree, Nash. I agree 100% with that. Extremely unhealthy. That's kind of what put me off to the first season, if I'm being so for real. The first season, when I started watching the first season of Uma, I'm like, okay. Spe is a simp. Like, the first couple episodes, I'm like, Spe's a simp. Suzuka has 0 personality, so I don't even know why she likes her so much. And then, like, by the end of it, I was like, Special Week's annoying as fuck because she doesn't know how to think about anything other than her obsession with Suzuka. And Suzuka could care less. And Suzuka developed a personality by the end of it. It was like a weird full circle moment for me. Teo and McQueen. Teo and McQueen. Teo and McQueen, I will give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. I will give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. I think that there could be something there. Of all the relationships in Uma that could be a relationship, most likely it's Vodka and Daiwa. I'm trying to think if there's any others. Bye, Luna! Have a good night, Luna! Why is my tissue a mess? The only soup we need is Digitan. Cafe fish? Digi is the definition of a simp. She's a super fan. I don't like Speb much either. I think she's annoying. More of a yandere simp? Like, I don't know. Does she count as yandere? I don't think she does. She doesn't really hit me as yandere necrosis. Also, welcome, first time chatter. I'm open to hearing explanations for Teo McQueen because everyone has their own opinions, but to me, two of them just seem so into each other. I think, like, between Teo and McQueen, it's like, it's a cute rivalry, but it's... There's also, like, a lot of mutual respect there. That's what I see, when I look at them. But, like, they do hang out with each other, in a very caring way. I guess that's the best way to put it. Oh, I see what you're saying, Necrosis. Oh! Yeah, if there's any Yuri relationship in Umamusume, it's Daya and Kita. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would actually put them at the top of the list over Teo and McQueen. 100%. 100%. The fact that they have stuffies of each other, Nam, you're right. It is really weird. It is really weird. Because I don't know about you, but I don't have a stuffed animal of my husband. Fine Motion and Air Shakur? Really? Is there, like, something canon about that? I've never heard of that one. I have not watched the Quintessential Quintuplets. Is it a good anime? Give me your opinion. I've seen it. It's come up on my feed as a recommended, but I have not watched it. Teo and McQueen have this mutual yearning for each other, but like I said, I get everyone's opinion. I mean, you could be right, because when you think about it, when you actually think about it, McQueen comes from, like, this prestigious family. So, even if she wanted to be with Teo, even if that was actually a canon thing, it probably wouldn't happen because of how much of stickler her family is. That's just my thought. Shakur strikes me as an aggressive but caring smartass. Yeah. She definitely does. King, it's worth watching? Then I will look into it. So, guys, I have a long-ass list of animes that I need to watch that you guys have been recommending me. And, like I said, I am starting with animes that are older that I either didn't watch or want to rewatch from back in the day when I was a younger human. And we're starting with Fooly Cooly. I have everything set up to watch that. I'm gonna binge it. I'm just gonna straight shoot it, all 6 episodes, because it's only a 6-episode series. and then I'm gonna do a review on it, and then I'm gonna watch the other 2 seasons of it. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting. You heard that the anime Quintessential Quintuplets is good, but yeah. But you don't know anything about it. First, Fist of the North Star? Okay. Fist of the North Star. What do we got here? I'm sorry. This looks very much like JoJo. How many episodes is this? I gotta blow my nose, hold on. How many seasons are there? Holy shit, this is pretty long. This is a lot of episodes. I will add it to my list, but it's on low priority simply because of how long it is. Unless I do it like season by season. I could also do that. My list is pretty damn long, but I will add this to there. Fist of the North Star. You know, what I could do is I could watch Fist of the North Star and then I could watch JoJo's, because I actually have not watched any of JoJo's, despite many people telling me I need to watch it. And I mean many people telling me I need to watch it. JoJo has now become one of those, so many people are telling me I need to watch it that I don't want to watch it kind of shows. Ooh, that is a really solid training, and I think I'm gonna actually take that training rather than taking this race. Yeah, I'm taking that training. Who are these losers I see? I mean, these are chatters. Pizza is so mean. I will never watch JoJo's? Why? Why won't you watch it? Pink recommends Quintessential Quintuplets? Alright. We got 2 recommendations for it. The flower blooms with dignity? The fragrant flower blooms with dignity? I have not. It's pretty new, so I'm not gonna put this on the list. It does look like something I would watch, but it's new. I'm looking for older stuff. You recommend Quints as well? Okay, we got 3 votes for Quintessential Quintuplets, alright. Because my friend doesn't shut the fuck... See, I feel the same way, Nom. I feel the same way. My brother loves JoJo. My friend... like, 3 of my friends are like, you need to watch it. And when a bunch of people give me the you need to watch it or you're gonna die description, I don't want to watch it. That's what happened with Steven Universe. That's what happened with so many shows. It was like, I'll watch it on my own time, but not because you're trying to literally shove it down my throat. Silent Voice? Also seems to be a highly rated one, but also kind of on the newer side. When I say old, I mean like early 2000s, and before. That's what I mean when I say old. Yeah, I know what you mean. My friends are the same way. There was I watched like maybe like the first 2 episodes of JoJo season 1 because I was hanging out with my friend and he's like, "We're gonna watch this," and I'm like, "Okay, I guess we're gonna watch this," because I didn't have anywhere to go. So I watched it with him, and I'm like, eh. Like, I get why it's popular, but I don't have a draw to watch it because it's just like everybody is insisting I watch it, and I'm just like, I just don't want to watch it because you guys don't want to shut up about it. Pizza, stop lying. You don't like being mean. True. I feel you, Nam. I feel you. I totally understand. Alright, since we just did that, we're gonna take more races now because we didn't take the Queen's Cup. I finally got the thing out of my eyeball, and my eye feels so much better! You've never been one for popular anime because I usually get down by it. Like someone goes, "Oh, you need to see this," and it's the best thing. I think it's more like people don't really understand that when they obsessively tell you something about something, it doesn't make you want to watch it. Because you do, like Nam says, feel like you know everything about it, and then on top of that, it's like when you start insisting to the point where you're like almost feral that I watch this thing, then it's like it's a turnoff. It's an ick. It's an ick. It's kind of like dating. Like if somebody you start going out on a date with is just like, "Hey, we should do this thing because I really like this thing," and then you're like, "Well, I don't really want to do that thing," and they're like, "Let's do this thing," and then it becomes something that you don't like because they kind of force you into doing it. Rather than just giving you a, "Hey, I recommend this because it's good, and these are my 5 reasons why it's good. And then I'll send you 1 clip of this show, and then that's it." Like, if they just did that, instead of literally insisting I need to watch it every time I hang out with them, then I'd be more inclined to watch it. "Oh, I know this is gonna happen, I wonder when," you think about it for ages and ages. Wait, exactly, exactly. What criteria are we using for anime besides old? Also, thank you for the drink of water. You get that feeling about JoJo's when people try to push you to watch something, it makes me want to watch it even less. Exactly. That it's like, it's one thing to recommend something to a friend and tell them about it. It's another thing entirely to be like, "Watch this. Please watch this." And then they just start spamming you with JoJo memes and JoJo imagery, and it's just like, bro, I don't want to watch it because I feel like I've watched it already. There is no criteria specifically, Pizza, that we're looking for. Basically, what I'm gonna be starting is long-form content on my YouTube channel, where I'm going to do reviews and, like, with, like, snippets of reacts in the videos of older animes that I either want to watch again because I haven't watched them in a long time, didn't watch because somebody did exactly that thing where they over-recommended it and then I just didn't want it, or an anime that I wasn't interested in when I was growing up and want to give it a chance. So that's what's on the list right now. So, right now on the list is Fooly Cooly, Yu Yu Hakusho. I loved Yu Yu Hakusho, but I never actually finished it, so I do want to go and watch and finish it. Someone recommended me Kakaishi. Dead Man's Wonderland is on the list. I know it's a newer one, so it's kind of towards the bottom of the list. Ranma Half, Gurren Lagann, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I never watched Brotherhood. I watched the original, but I never watched Brotherhood. And I've been always told to watch Brotherhood. It's better, watch Brotherhood, so it's on the list. Space Dandy was one that was always recommended to me. And I just never got around to watching it. I can continue racing, but she'll probably explode. I don't have a heal. I want to save my reset whistle. I did watch. I'm actually watching Free Run with my husband. That is one of our the shows that we watch together. It is very good. Berserk is a really relaxing anime. I know that's a lie, even though I haven't watched it. I know that's a lie, even though I haven't watched it. Also, an recommendation I have for an anime: Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Is that the newer one? I've heard that that was really good. I will put that on the list, but again, it's a newer one, so it's going towards the bottom of the list. The newer stuff is at the bottom of the list. I'm gonna say that. Trigun, the original Trigun, Lupin the Third are both on this list. Code Geass is on the list. Michiko and Hachin is on the list. Someone recommended that one of the other streams. But basically what I want to do is I kind of want to start doing like a nostalgia anime review channel. I know it's like kind of after the fact because everybody wants reviews on like newer animes, but I think it would be good for some people that would want to watch and see like what someone else's opinion is on their favorites. Lucky Star? My god, you guys have so many recommendations that I've never even heard of. This is such an old one. What the heck? Alright, I'm gonna pull it up on Crunchyroll. One season, 24 episodes? Okay. Detective Conan? I've heard that Detective Conan was very good. It's actually quite a popular cosplay at conventions, despite how old it is. Do I watch Umamusume? Yes, I've watched the entirety of Umamusume. And I loved all of it. Season 1 is probably my least favorite season out of all of them, but it was still good. My favorite season was the Tokateo McQueen season. Hello, brother. How are you? How was your stream? Do you have your Umas ready for the next CM, brother? Net gain minus 300 points. Oh no! You and Ty were doing so well the last time I was in there. No! We are not limited to anime that is dubbed. It can absolutely be a subbed anime. In fact, I probably will be watching most of these in subbed versus dubbed, just because I feel like if I were to do anime reviews on something that was subbed, I would get the yaoi bat. Hi, Pam Pam! Good news, and everyone came home on both accounts. Nice! And you got New Year's Opera O. Wow! On both? Damn. Did I see... Horimiya? I'm sorry, Nom. I didn't see that one. Horimiya. Let's look that up. Do I watch Your Name? I do not. I do not watch Vesper. She's lame. What is this one about? Is this a rom-com kind of anime? I have heard of ReZero. I do love ReZero. It's good stuff. But I have not watched all of them, so that is not a bad series to recommend. Because I know there's different seasons of that, and they're like completely different. So we will add that onto this, and we will add Horimiya. Horimiya, sorry. Look, I like rom-com, so that's. For context, if anybody is trying to recommend me animes, whether it's old or new, I do prefer things that are comedy or slice of life. Or, if it's gonna be an action anime, it has to have really, really, really good fight scenes. And when I say, like, really, really good fight scenes, I mean, like Demon Slayer level fight scenes, or if you've ever watched, God Eater, fight scenes in that are so good. Wait, is the anime actually called Your Name? I thought you were making a joke. It actually is called Your Name. I think I know that one. I need to pull that up. Nope, I don't know this one. I thought I knew this one. Y'all watch a lot of anime. I know there's like literally thousands and thousands of animes out there. But my gosh, you guys watch a lot. I've already watched My Hero. I don't need to watch that again. It's too new. Pokemon? No, I'm not going through Pokemon. My brother already did that. And I think I can accept the vicarious watching of Pokemon. There's like literally as many Pokemon episodes as there are One Piece episodes. I'm already struggling with One Piece, man. Listen, if I could literally make it my job to watch anime and review it, then I would do it. But I'm not doing it. I'm trying to keep it to like series that are 1 to 2 seasons or less, because you have to understand the time sink that has to go into not only watching these, but also writing a review about them. Why are you crying? Stop crying. Alright, this is looking like a good run, but I have been disappointed before, so... Oh, Pim, I've actually very recently watched the entirety of Dragon Ball except for GT. I'm actually like halfway through Daima. I stopped because I was watching it in Japanese and the website I was watching it on they fucked up the upload of the episodes. So when I was watching Daima, they double printed 2 episodes for like episode 5 and 6. So I couldn't find a copy of episode 6 that was available, and I just stopped watching because I didn't want to jump to 7 without watching 6. I do not watch Death Note. Death Note is on my shit list, and it will forever stay on my shit list. Death Note is on my shit list, and it will forever stay on my shit list. But Pim, watching Dragon Ball in its entirety, like more recently, just kind of puts in perspective how dumb Goku really is. And it's just kind of mind-blowing. It really is. What did Death Note do to me? I am mentally scarred by Death Note from high school. And the amount of children that I went to school with who were mortally obsessed with it. I never understood the hype around Death Note or Bleach. Never. Never got it. I was in the brain fart. Naruto, and what other anime did I watch in excess? I watched another anime quite a lot too. What was it called? I can't remember. I never ever got into it. I don't know what to say other than that. It gave me the ick. Damn it. Ouran High School Host Club is one of my favorites. I've watched that series like 3 times. Would never done education, he didn't know his own age until Krillin helped him figure it out. Yeah, you're not wrong, but he never got smarter throughout the course of the series at all. Never. Just never brain. Brain was not something he was gifted. I mean, I'm not an Ikemen enjoyer. I don't know how to answer that question, brother. I'm not gonna say no if you present me with an anime that has pretty men in it. However, that is not a main criteria for which I look for anime. It is not at the top of the list. It's kind of one of those bonus items. Nichijou. I've heard of Nichijou. I don't think I watched it, though. No, I did not watch Nichijou. We can put Nichijou on the list. I watched Azumanga Daioh, which I think is from the same author. He's held back by ego. I mean, I guess you could say that. That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair take, Nash. Do I watch SpongeBob? Yes, but we're not adding SpongeBob to a list of animes that we're watching. Also, you say, are you an Ikemen enjoyer like it's a bad thing? To be a girl and want to watch animes with attractive men in them. Like, you boys don't do the same thing and simp for big booba girls. Like, what? The double standard is real. Wait, I didn't actually see what I got on my inheritance. Oh, all good stuff. Nice. Let's pick that up, pick that up, pick that up. We'll pick that up too. And... let's grab go with the frog, position pilferer. Updrafter. Late Surger corner 2. Tail held high. Fearless. We'll grab Glittering Star later. Yuri on Ice. That's too new. We're looking for older animes, brother. The criteria we're looking for is something that is like early 2000s and before. That I've either have been told about and dismissed, or I've never been so most of these are actually new to me. I've never heard. A woman watching anime for pretty boys? That never happens, I know. You watch anime with hot men? I mean, yeah. My brother is saying it's wrong for me to watch anime with hot men. I don't know. I think he's being very judgy. I'm teasing, I'm teasing. Sailor Moon, oh my god, I don't know if we can do that one. What anime have I regretted watching? That is an excellent question, King. I have to think about that one. What anime have I regretted watching? Oh no. Oh no. Girl, please. Girl, please, no. Don't let it end like this. Oh my god. You blew the epithet. God damn it. You blew 2 epithets. You bastard. What not? It's not that I don't want to watch Sailor Moon, it's just that it's very long. I'm trying to avoid ones that are super long because you have to understand, if I'm going to watch this, I'm going to watch it by season and then I'm going to be critiquing it. It is a critique, review, and react kind of long form video. Which means if I'm watching an anime that is 200 episodes long, I'm gonna end up having to make like 10 videos about one anime series. My stam is almost 600! She should have been fine for the Tenno show. I'm gonna pass on those 2. She should have been fine for that race, and I'm really upset that she just failed that. I have a lot of cupcakes, and I have energy, so I'm gonna try and... Why did I do that? I thought she had... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Why did I do that? That was so stupid. I should have just trained. I thought she had Skin Outbreak, and I was trying to recreate it away like a dumbass. I'm trying to think of an anime that I've regretted watching. So, it's hard to say, because, like, animes that I regret watching, I tend to not finish them. So, if I go into my Crunchyroll list, and I look at animes that I didn't finish, or had zero interest in continuing in. There's not many that I regret watching. But there are certain ones that I would say were bad. Or, like, not good or worth watching. It's hard to say, because, like... There are ones that I have watched that I will genuinely say are not good. Like, I didn't think the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world was all that good. It was just super cheesy. Was it funny at points? Yeah, but was it good? Not really. Oh! Vampire Knight! Oh my god, is that one cringe. Holy shit, was that one cringe. I regret watching that one. That's my pick. That's my pick. Vampire Knight is like if you take Twilight and make it even more cringe than it already is. I've never watched Citrus. It is so bad, Jinx. And I don't know why I watched it to its completion. But I did. I watched it to its completion, and I don't know why. It was genuinely a concern why I thought it was a good idea to finish watching that. But I did. I watched it. What do I want here? I have a bunch of empowering megaphones already. I don't need more megaphones. We already have way too many megaphones. We can always use energy and other shit. I have to take this training. This is an okay training. How many whistles do I have? 2? I'll take this training. It's not a bad training. Alright, I'm gonna re-roll this one. Look at the food you made. Did you post it in the my food channel? Ooh, what is that? It looks yummy. Very nice, Momo. Yeah, I think Vampire Knight's kind of the only anime I genuinely regret watching. Why did I even use that kill juice? I didn't need to. That sounds really good, Mo. Yeah, is there another anime that I really regret watching? Trinity Blood is okay. It's definitely not even close to, like, my top 20 animes. It's an okay anime. It's not as good as, like, Castlevania, even though they're in, like, the same horror, vampire, macabre style. Dima, how goes the runs? First run was a dud, it was a guts run, so, you know, it was a gamba. This one's coming out pretty good. I think she could be an ace, but she did not get Mile S, so... Question mark. We'll have to see on how the stats roll. What's not as good as Castlevania Trinity Blood? Someone asked me a question of if there's an anime that I regret watching, and my #1 answer to that is Vampire Knight. Absolutely abhorrent, terrible anime. It is so unnecessarily dramatic and stupid. It's like very clearly aimed at frickin' desperate teenage girls. Holy moly. It hurt me to watch it. But I can't really think of another anime that I genuinely regret watching. I usually have something good to say about everything I've watched. It sold exactly! It did. That Vampire Knight was insanely popular, but if you ever actually watched it, it was so bad. It was so cringy. And it's funny because I think back to it and I'm like, I enjoyed reading it when I was a teenager. And then as an adult and I watched it, I'm like, why was I ever interested in this? Have you watched Summer Wars? I have not watched this. This doesn't look familiar at all. We're just getting gifted with really good Witchery names. Sounds like I'm not I mean, I do not have infinite time in the world to be watching trashy anime. I didn't know that that was a thing that people actively look for. It is certainly not my goal when I'm looking for anime. I have a list of animes that I haven't even watched on my watch list on Crunchyroll. That is not part of the ones that everybody has been recommending to me. I have, let's see, of ones that I have to either finish or start. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have to watch the new season of The Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime, so that's 11. Finish Campfire Cooking, which is 12. Oh, okay. I don't regret watching this, but it's definitely something that I have at the bottom of my list, mainly because, like, it's a non-story. The Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses. It's funny, but it's not funny enough to be, like, binge-watch worthy. You are the second person to recommend Summer Wars, Demon. Finish Fairy Tail? Oh my god. I don't even know where I ended in Fairy Tail, Jinx. I know I'm nowhere near the end. We're like I said, we are still on the One Piece grind. I am on episode 107, 1007 of the Wano arc in One Piece. I got another 80 episodes to go before Wano's over. And then I will stop watching One Piece. Because I don't want to run out of episodes on that. I have to take the early November because I didn't take it before. We're not gonna bother taking the kale juice because I already have a bunch of Vitas. But yeah, my list of anime is now quite extensive thanks to everybody. But like I said, I'm gonna start making long-form video reviews of these older animes because I just feel like there's so much anime that I missed out on when I was younger that I want to give a second chance or rewatch. So, your last recommendation, where was that? Yes, I saw those, and I vetoed those, Pizza. They're too new. Prison School? What the fuck? That sounds... I know Konosuba, I've watched Konosuba. Prison School sounds crazy. Cautious Hero? Yeah, I think I said that those were too new, Pizza. Because, well, from what I know, those are very new. But maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm wrong. I know the manga isn't very new, but I think the anime is. Oh, thank you for the follow. I'm Almondai. Welcome, welcome. Were they released pizza? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I have regretted watching anime. Which anime did you regret watching, King? Does anybody else have animes that they've regretted watching? I know Nom said Citrus. What you got, brother? What have you regretted watching? Yosuga no Sora. Oh god, that sounds terrible. I can see why you regret watching that one. You did not just get Skin Outbreak right here at the end of the run. And I don't have a heal for you. Well, shit. I have the cupcakes to sustain her, though, so I think we're just gonna power through. Oh god, not that one! You guys both said no to that one? That's so funny. You know what? No, I lied. We're gonna race. That's so funny that you all agree that that was some not worth watching. Alright, I have all the megaphones that I need. I may as well grab these because I can't do anything else. And I guess I'll grab that too. It's so fun. There's an anime worse than that one? What does that even mean? Oh my god, she lost the Aramakinen by a neck. Alright, well she just blew up the run even more than it was already blown up. Thanks, Selgary. First you bomb the Tenosho Spring and now you bomb the Aramakinen? Insane. Actually insane. She has more than enough stamina to get through these races. Who are we rating? I don't know. You guys tell me. My Pico was Boku no Pico? I heard that people liked Boku no Pico. Is it really worse? Oh, no, I remember this. My friend told me about this one. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Never mind. I didn't watch it, but just from his description, I was like, what the fuck are you watching? Turn A Gundam? You're criticizing a Gundam anime? My brother? Who are you, and what have you done with my brother? It was awful? Yeah, don't look it up. Oh my god, you guys. It was a Gundam set in a universe that was post-apocalyptic. Yes. You never watched it when your friend told me about it? Yeah, same. My friend told me about it too, and I'm just like, why are you watching this when he told me about it? Oh, Pocket Trash is the name of the person you want to raid? Alright, this was a very wasteful campaign. If you like rom-coms, record was a Aaliyah sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. That's a new one. I saw that one come up on my list. It looked interesting. It might be a watch for like a more personal time watch, like during my lunch break at work. Steam Gundams. Alright, I don't have any rerolls, so it is what it is here. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the wit training.
コンディションだ。感謝する。トレ。お。
The series was really, it sounds not like your typical Gundam series. Too much stamina in this one. We got too much stamina from freaking the director gave us stamina so many times. We hit max on width, but we didn't hit max on speed. Way too much stamina. You regret Space Dandy? Really? I was told that Space Dandy is really good. Somehow this was an 18.5, despite having abysmal speed. And lose. If she had won those 2 races, this would have been an S+. No doubt. I'm very disappointed that she lost those races with the stat lines that she had. Okay, what Uma do you date? Do you to date? I wouldn't date any of them because I'm straight. But I would want to be the trainer for Tamamo Cross. Alright, that is it for today, everybody. We are getting off for today. We're gonna raid somebody. I think Nam is checking who we're gonna raid into. But that is it for me today. I will be streaming V-Roid tomorrow. We will be making idol outfits for my character. Despite the fact that I haven't even updated my character's current outfit. I kind of like my current outfit, but she does need an updated outfit. So I will be doing V-Roid tomorrow, and then we'll be doing Uma again on Thursday. So have a wonderful night, everybody. If you are new to my YouTube channels, please leave a sub on YouTube and give it a like. It helps the channel a lot. And if you're new to my Twitch, please, as always, follow. We got a couple new followers today. And yeah, have a wonderful night, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow. Not who we're rating. What's her name? Pocket Trash? Okay, raid set. Alright, everybody, go enjoy Pocket Trash's stream as per Nam's recommendation, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, have a good night, bye Jinx, bye Pizza, bye everybody.